Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is JB, aka JBZ, coming to you live once again. Got some thoughts on my mind that I would like to share. With the impending 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, I feel as if it's time to go back and revisit that. And these are my thoughts on it. And feel free to share. You can email me at jbentley@gmail.com. By all means, I love your feedback. But this is my thoughts on it. So, a little bit about me. So, I was born in Miami, Florida. Grew up in Atlanta. Spent the majority of my life in Atlanta, Georgia. My parents, both educated, went to Florida State University. My grandmother went to FAMU. So education was very prominent in my life as a child. So when I grew up in Decatur, Georgia, I never really had a lot of expertise when it comes to white folk. Like the majority of white folk that I dealt with, truthfully, were teachers, principals, police officers, cashiers, little motherfuckers picking up my trash and stuff. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. But when I started getting a little bit older, you know, I continue to hear, boy, racism is still alive. Racism is still alive, just you see. But I never really got a chance to see it. And my father, and my mother, but more importantly, my father, really had a distrust for white folk. And I truly never understood why. Because as a child, I was always treated fairly, with respect, and with love with the white folk that was in my little community. So I didn't have those same notions as my father did. Now, when I went to college, my mom told me, you have to get out of the city of Atlanta. You have to grow. You have to branch out. So we're going to take you to Columbus State University. I want you to go there. So me being a quasi mama's boy, I went. And as a 17-year-old, freshman year, first semester, with me having no type of relationships and interactions with white folk, my first set of roommates were 3 white boys. And even still, never had any problems with them. We would do things together. We would go to the mall together. We would eat lunch and dinner together at the school. Hell, we'll even drink together. Had no problems. Because they saw who I am as a person and not for the color of my skin. And then when Katrina happened, to be honest, everything changed. Everything changed. That moment was, number one, an eye-opener, but that made me grow up. And that cut off my age of innocence. When I'm looking at people that look just like me on hospital roofs, store roofs, with fire extinguishers spelling out SOS, spelling out we need food, water, meds, and continuously getting bypassed. And all the while, I'm seeing helicopters drop necessities, food, water, meds, soaps, and whatnot to a large portion of Caucasians. And that made me realize that the world, truthfully, still hasn't changed. In layman's terms is, you're still a nigga. You will always be a nigga, and you will still die a nigga. Don't you forget it. So when I say all of that, I'll be honest with you all tonight. In retrospect, the entire incident of Hurricane Katrina was the single most devastating moment to ever happen in my lifetime. Not 9/11. And the reason why I say it's the Hurricane Katrina is because that one incident, that one moment, pretty much put a mirror to America and says, you know what? Even though you still make the same money as these white folk, even though you stay in these same neighborhoods, drive the same cars, you know what? Your skin is still different. When I'm looking at the national media, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, and they call people that look like me refugees, when truthfully some of these same people are my family, being relocated, being dispersed out all across the South. My aunts and uncles left, they fled New Orleans to go to San Antonio. San Antonio, the Riverwalk was so crowded with people that they had to make a way to get to Atlanta, in which they still live to this day. They have not been back to New Orleans, and it pains me. It pains me so much that these people are being ridiculed from staying in a low-income neighborhood. They're being judged for looting open buildings. And truthfully, there weren't a lot of them. They're just trying to get food. But they're getting ridiculed, judged, belittled, saying that why are you looting when you should have gotten out? And I'm like, do you see what's going on in front of you right now? You got big ass like nutria rats in the water, nipping at your feet, nipping at your ankles. You see dead bodies floating out upon the Mississippi River. These people were blameless. And for the people that truly got out, they got out because of the impending hurricane. But the people that stayed, they survived the worst of it. They survived the hurricane. The hurricane isn't what did them in. When the levees broke, that's when the shit hit the fan, man. That's when it hit the fan. And they survived. They struggled. But damn it, they made it. And for us as a people just to look at them, turn up their nose at them, and look the other way, really makes you understand what's really going on in this world. And the saddest part about that is that, you know what? It's still going on. 10 years later, it's same soup, just literally reheated.